This video is entitled Drawing a Subject Area Model Using the Draw.io software. My name is Dr. James Renaud from Shawnee State University, and I'll be taking you through this demonstration. The case we'll be doing a SAM for is the insurance agency from the video Hoberman 8. So I'm not going to go through the full creation of it. I'm just going to use the diagram that we've already figured out. The scenario is as follows. It's an insurance agency that sells policies for many insurance companies, different types of policies like homeowners and life and health and others. Customers may have many or no policies. A customer that has no policies we would consider as a prospect, but we still put them in as a potential customer. Customers have many types. They could be business customers or individual customers. And then an agent within the agency, because the agency could have multiple agents, sells the policies, and some agents sell some types of policies and some agents sell other policies. So that's the scenario. Let's look at the subject area model that we kind of drew on the whiteboard. Our subject area model looked like this, with a policy having one insurance company, an insurance company having 0 or more policies with the agency, a customer having 0 or more policies with the agency, but a policy belonging to one and only one customer, a policy belonging to one and only one agent, but an agent having 0 or more policies in the agency. So those are the 4 central tables. Then we had a couple of specialization hierarchies that a customer could be exclusively either a business or an individual, and that a policy could be a business policy, a home policy, a life policy, a health policy, a marine policy, a workers' compensation policy, and a policy could be lots of other types also, but those are just the types that we laid out in this subject area model. Let's now open up Draw.io and create this same diagram. So at this point, I've opened up the Draw.io application, and I'd like to go ahead and create my entity. So I'm just going to grab an entity here, and I'm going to type that it is the customer entity. I'm then going to grab another entity here and say that it is the policy entity. I'm then going to grab another entity and say that it is the insurance company entity. I'm going to grab another entity here and say that it is the agent entity. And let's work on that insurance company entity. Let's add a return there so that there we go, that looks nice. Let's move that customer entity over so that we can see it. Now let's put our relationships here. So I'm just going to grab the arrow and drag it to policy. I'm going to drag it from policy over to insurance company. I'm going to drag it from policy down to agent. Now, if you notice, our arrowheads have arrowheads instead of the crow's feet we want. So I'm going to click on one, and then I'm just going to come here and choose the end, which is here, line start, line end. So I want the line end to be a 1-to-1. And if I scroll, you can't see because my head's in the way, but if you scroll down in the toolbar there, you'll be able to pick a 1-to-1, and then I'll be able to pick a 1-to-many, a 0-to-many, a 0-to-many, and you can see that I now have that here. I can enlarge that. Let's just go ahead and make those bigger just so that we can see them a little better. Let's make those 10s, 9, 10. So you can see I made those nice and juicy so you can see them. Let's go ahead and choose the other lines and make their ends nice and big. And I can assign the ends here to both of them at the same time. Let's see if that works. Nope, I got it backwards, didn't I? Uh-oh. Yeah, because an insurance company has many policies and a policy has many insurance companies, so that's backwards. So, oops. But that's okay. It's easy enough to fix. I just drop that down, choose that, drop that down, choose what I want, and then let's fix that one also. So I drop that down, choose the one I need, drop that down, choose the one I want, And all of a sudden I've got a kind of professional looking diagram where you can see that an agent has many policies. A policy belongs to one agent. A customer has many policies. A policy belongs to one customer. An insurance company has many policies, and a policy belongs to one insurance company. So now we can add the subtypes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight everything and drag it down just a little. And one thing I love about these drawing programs is if I move like the agent up here, notice how the line stays connected. Now it did kind of get wonky, but that's okay. I can just grab the end of that line and hook it to the bottom here of agent, and that way it stays nice and pretty. Now, I've got a specialization hierarchy for customers that I want to add, and I've got a specialization hierarchy for policies that I want to add. So I can just grab those specialization hierarchies. I can drag a line from customer down to the specialization. Now, notice that it remembered the last type of line we chose. So I'm going to come here and set the ends to nothing, none, and set this into none, so that, and then the policy I'll connect to its specialization hierarchy also. Just boom, ba-doom, there we go. Now I can add the two different types of customers, of business customer, and set the other entity here for a individual customer. Individual, not individual. Okay, individual, and then I can come here and pull an arrow from there over to the specialization, and I can come here and pull an arrow from there over to the specialization hierarchy, and I could just very easily, oops, I didn't connect that, and I can very easily do the same things to put all the different types of policies. I'm not going to bother you. You see how it works. File, save your diagram. If you need it in your Word document, go File, Export it as a PNG, and include that PNG file in your Word doc, and you should be good to go. So this is our demonstration and example on how to draw a subject area model using the Draw.io program. Again, I'd like to say thank you for watching my videos. This presentation is copyright 2020 by James M. Renaud, PhD. All rights are reserved.